Hello everyone and welcome to week 6. It is almost over. We only have 2 more weeks to go. We've really, to be honest with you, finished a lot of the most difficult stuff because the second exam was the most difficult exam that we've taken for the lecture exam because it covered some really heavy physiological aspects of the muscles and the nervous system. But the cool thing was is that they kind of matched one another and they went together. So that was helpful somewhat. You've also, you have one more really tough lab exam and that's going to be due this Sunday, and then it's like downhill from there. So you guys have made it through the hard part. We are over halfway done. We only have 2 more official weeks left of this session, and I just want to take this time to congratulate you all and just tell you how proud I am of you all for being able to muscle through and grind through this class with some other really weird, crazy world stuff going on, as well as doing this really tough anatomy and physiology class in 8 weeks in half the time. So you guys are all some really awesome rock stars. So I hope you enjoyed your kind of a break last week, because we're gonna jump right into it and then finish off really strong. So some things that you will have due this week. I am in the week 6 module. Here we have our Endocrine Chapter, Chapter 18 is what we're going to be covering next. So if you click that folder, then all of the lectures and associated things are in there. We also have the lab manual for the ear and the anatomy that I would like for you to go over and be familiar with. The lecture for this week is kind of shorter. It's just one section of it, but a lot of you guys have been working ahead, and you're more than welcome to do so. You guys are my aces in here. So you can do, there are 2 parts to the endocrine chapter. You only have to really do part 1 this week and then the second part of it next week, but if you want to do both of them right now, that's perfectly fine, because you've kind of been on breakneck pace and you might want to keep that pace going. You also have due this week on Sunday a critical thinking and application question on here. You kind of know how those work. You guys have been doing fantastic on those. You have a mind map this week. You have 2 mind maps that you will be constructing: the regulation of blood glucose concentrations and neuroreflex arcs. So once again, mind maps, you guys have been doing that fantastically. And then we have part 2 of the muscular system. So we will be looking at the muscles of the axial skeleton. So that's going to be the muscles of the face and the neck, and the obliques, all that stuff that's kind of in the medial aspect or the middle of the body. And then on Sunday due as well, we have our 3rd lab practical. So after this week's lab practical that's due on Sunday, you only have 1 more lab practical left, and it's going to be pretty easy comparatively speaking to the other ones. Like we've done all summer long, your lab practical is going to cover the material that's in McGraw-Hill Connect. So that's where I pulled all the questions from. It's in McGraw-Hill Connect. So everything that's applied to lab practicals 1 and 2 still holds true for the lab practical number 3. Also this week we have our 3rd quiz, and the quiz is going to be over the endocrine system. So let me just pop up here and just remind everyone where our quizzes are. So if we click this link here and we go down to pop down the quizzes, and you have your 3rd quiz. So 15 questions, kind of what we've been doing. Really at this point I don't know what other housekeeping things I can say, because it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty much what we've been doing all semester long, or all session long that we've had. Grades look really good in this class for you all that are holding on. I think we have in one section, I think I'm down to 15 students. In another section, I think I'm down to 17 or 18 students perhaps. So we have lost some people, but that's okay because this is a really difficult course. So I wanted to tell that to you all just to help you to really realize how amazing that you are, that it's not for everybody, and it's not for everybody at every time. So students that have had to come back to this at another time because the summer session was just too much and they had work schedules and childcare schedules and that kind of stuff, that's okay, because I'm going to be here for a minute, and you can always come back and take this in the full 16-week course. But for you all that have stayed through here and you're doing amazing, I can't tell you enough how super proud I am of you all and all the hard work that you've been doing. And I also hope you all are consistently thanking Meg, because she has been very instrumental, I believe, in you all being as successful as you are and you all doing as well as you have done. So just as a recap, some things that are going to be happening. We have our quiz. Remember, all your quizzes are due on Friday. And then we have our let's go back to weekly modules for week 6. You have your endocrine chapter that you need to be viewing. Part 1 of 2. If you would like to do both parts of the endocrine chapter, you're more than welcome. Critical thinking and application discussion board. You have 2 mind maps to construct. You have the muscular system part 2, which are going to be the muscles of the axial skeleton. That's going to be due on Sunday. And then you have your lab practical that's going to cover the bones and muscles of the axial skeleton. So the stuff that we did last week on top of the stuff that we're doing this week, that's going to be on this 3rd lab practical. So bones and muscles of the axial skeleton will be on this lab exam here. And then you have your quiz that's due Friday. So quiz due Friday, mind maps and discussion board postings and lab for week 6 and lab practical are due on Sunday. But as always, you can submit any of this stuff early. So for students that are missing assignments or you're late on assignments, remember, I will allow you to turn those in late. Contact me if you have any questions. And pretty much my philosophy is that if you get everything turned in before the end of the semester, the end of the session, I'm cool. I'm good. So I'm just more concerned with you being able to finish this course successfully. And by successfully, I mean that you've been able to take something of use from this course to carry on throughout the rest of your academic and professional career, as well as in your personal lives. So that's really my biggest hope and concern. It's not my job to manage your time or micromanage your time. You know what works best for your schedule, what works best for you, and we're all adults. So as long as you get it done, I'm happy. So I don't have anything else. Thank you all for being amazing. Thank Meg for being amazing. And until next time, have a great week 6, y'all. Bye.